Hey, what's up guys? Devin here with Backcountry Exposure. Finally, we're going to talk about and review the Sierra Designs Sweet 2 lightweight backpacking shelter. This is a two-person lightweight backpacking shelter that has a 20 denier rainfly with a 1200 millimeter hydrostatic head on it, 30 denier floor on it, and then a 15 denier no-seam mesh for the inner tent body. And for what it provides space-wise for a solo shelter, it's incredible. I've taken this into the desert in the middle of winter. I've had it out on a couple other trips, and it just performs so well for the design that it is. Now, I've had this thing in crazy windstorms, really low temperatures. I've just really enjoyed what this tent provides for a two-person backpacking shelter. Now, the weight of this shelter comes in at 3 pounds 10 ounces as the packed weight. It's a little bit less than that if you strip things down, but let's be real, it's just shy of 4 pounds. So is this the lightest two-person shelter on the market? No, but there are aspects about the Sweet that make it stand out to other two-person tents on the market. Now, before we continue with the review, I do want to say that this particular tent was provided by the website and company Camp Saver. Camp Saver and I have been working together, and they provided this shelter with me for testing and review. So definitely check out Camp Saver. They are a fantastic website with just a ton of gear options that are available for you to choose from for your backpacking needs. And if you look down in the description, there is a coupon code for you to use to get 10% off of your entire order at Camp Saver. Now, one of the things that really makes Sierra Designs stand out as a company is they've been making tents for a long time, but the focus that they put on livable space inside of their shelters is really what makes them stand out. So the Sweet 2 is and was at the time, this is not necessarily a new product by any means, but at the time that they designed this was just kind of like innovative type of design. So you've got a semi-freestanding shelter here, meaning that you've got a 3-pole system. You've got a ridge pole, you've got a single pole that comes down at the head end, and then it breaks off into a V and comes down with 2 poles on each side of the foot end. So in order to get a proper pitch with this tent, you do have to stake it out unlike a full freestanding tent. So the head end requires you to stake those ends out to pull the floor of the tent body nice and tight. You've got a full coverage rainfly here that is a 2-door, 2-vestibule type of rainfly and inner body. So when you are hiking and camping, backpacking with somebody else, each person has access into the shelter in their own direction. And if you're solo, then you've got more space, obviously, to put more gear where you need. Something that I do enjoy about Sierra Designs is even though they want to be part of the ultralight and lightweight aspect for their shelter systems, they have not gone to the point that they're doing 7 denier or 10 denier fabrics on their flies and their tent bodies and such. This is, like I said at the beginning of the review, a 20 denier fly with a 1200 millimeter static head for your waterproofness. And so the benefits to that is I feel like this tent is going to last longer than some other products on the market, but it does carry the downside that it is heavier than competitive pieces on the market. So like I said earlier, you've got 2 doors, 2 vestibules. You've got plenty of vestibule space here to put whatever gear storage you would need if you are going to be sharing this tent with somebody else. Otherwise, I would imagine, like I do personally, you're going to be putting your gear and such inside of the shelter with you. Now, one of the great things about this tent is, again, living space. At the head end, you are 51 inches in width. You're 48 inches at the foot end, which does make it a little bit difficult to get 2 25-inch wide pads in here, but you can squeeze those in, and it's not going to create a big problem at the foot end of the tent. It's just plenty of space for what you would need, or if you've got a 25-inch pad and a 20-inch pad, definitely not an issue. I've got plenty of peak height, about 41 inches of total peak height, and it's 85 inches in total length. So plenty big for a standard sized person that is around the 6 foot range. If you are much taller than that, then you are going to have a little bit of rubbing on the inside of the shelter with your foot end. You've got a pocket on the foot end on each side of the tent, as well as up here at the head end. You've got divided pockets, so one for each person that would be in here. When you are using this as a 2-person shelter, this mesh right here does come down quite a bit onto your face. And so even though you've got this ridge pole that comes across the top and it really makes for a good vertical door, once you drop back into the head end of the tent, it starts to taper off. And I can imagine that over time in prime conditions for condensation buildup, you're going to have a decent amount of condensation buildup. But you've got loops here at the top all over the place to be able to attach cordage and things to hang lantern, all of those kinds of things. But there is no kind of like gear storage or pockets here at the top. Okay, so one more feature to talk about with the SweetSuite is you do have the ability for you to unhook the bottom end of the rainfly and roll the rainfly all the way up to this ridge pole. So you're able to leave the rainfly fully attached to the shelter, staked out here at the doors, make it really easy to get in and out. And if you do then end up with a little bit of rain or some kind of wind that comes in, really easy for you to get out very quick and roll that rainfly back down to the ground. You can do it from the head end as well as the foot end, and you could bring it all together to create that kind of like stargazing kind of experience that you would want out of a shelter like this. Well, there you go, guys. This is the Sierra Designs SweetSuite 2. It's awesome for 3 pounds, 10 ounces, for the amount of living space inside of the shelter, for what it provides. This is a fantastic product, and even though it's not a brand new product on the market, I definitely recommend it, and I'm gonna keep enjoying it. So again, thank you to CampSaver for providing this shelter to me to test and review. Link down in the description to shop for CampSaver. Hope you guys have an awesome day. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. As always, we'll catch you on the next video. See you later.